Well, well, well. What's up, YouTube? It's Brian here, and today, I'm probably gonna regret this one. I have been debating doing this video for a long time, and I think I'm finally gonna give it a go. So if you don't know, I've been single for quite a few years now, and well, I have two pretty serious ex-girlfriends. I did a few other people back in the day, but two really serious ones at least, and one I'm still pretty close with and one I'm not. And the one that I am closest with, she's a hoot, and I still love her, and she's a good friend in my life. But I've never really asked her a lot of questions about what she felt like went wrong in our relationship, or her take on how our relationship happened and ended. And I kind of thought it might be a funny video or interesting video. Might be the worst idea I ever had. I don't know. So I'm gonna be hopping on a Zoom call with my ex-girlfriend Allie, and she was my first girlfriend ever in high school. She's the first girl I think I ever really fell in love with, and she was my prom date, and she was so many other first things in my life. And I'm very thankful for all the experiences we had, but today we're gonna relive a little bit of them. So I thought it would be fun to have her hop on a call with me, to us kind of talk about our relationship, what happened, and then to ask some questions that both I've always wanted to ask her, but have been too afraid to ask, and then also ask some questions that you guys suggested that I ask, that you guys sent me in on Instagram and Twitter. So if you don't follow me on those accounts, make sure you do so you can be in videos like this and stay up to date with my life. Both are linked down below, just at Brian Redmon. Also, before we get into the video, I do want to say I have launched a Patreon, which is very exciting. On my Patreon, I'm going to be doing exclusive content, early content, Skype calls, movie nights, live streams. It's really just a great way for you guys to get to know me more and me to get to know you guys. If it's something you're interested in doing, I'll have a link down below. It really helps support me to do what I love doing for a living. And yeah, so check it out if you feel so inclined to. And with that being said, here we go. I would like you guys to meet my ex-girlfriend. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just quarantining, been stuck inside for a week now.
You're at your parents' house, yeah?
hmm
So just to catch up everyone at home, can I consider you my first girlfriend? Like, you're my first real girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I like dated flings. I didn't date Ashley before you, did I?
no, that was
We
like the day after we broke up. You did actually.
Okay, all right. Damn, already, dude. So just a little rundown. This is Allie. She lives in Ohio, where I grew up, and we went to the same high school. We didn't go to the same middle school or grade school or anything like that. And I think we started dating the first time, the end of freshman year, or is that when we started talking?
That was when we started talking. I don't think we dated freshman year.
And I'm curious, because I'll give my 2 cents, but how do you remember us starting to talk? Like, what do you have like a memory of how it all first began?
Well, yeah, because of our last names, we always sat next to each other.
Right.
I don't remember being in class with you until we were in gym class, second semester.
Yeah. So her last name is Rose, which I always liked. I always thought Allie Rose was such a pretty name, and then I would always call her Allie Rose, because I think there was other Allies, and then my best girlfriend growing up's name was Allie, so she was always Allie Rose. So Rose and Redmond, we always would happen to sit next to each other, and we went to a small school, so it was pretty common. Yeah, I remember it was gym/health class, and really it was health. And wasn't it like 1 week of class was health, 1 week of class was gym? Is that what it was?
Something like that. It alternated.
Yeah. And so in health class, we would sit next to each other. I think you maybe had a boyfriend when I first became close with you.
Yes, when we first became friends.
You had a boyfriend who was also one of my friends, so it was kind of awkward. He was like a friend of mine. He wasn't like a good friend of mine, but we played sports, and he was like the top dog in sports in our school. So it was always like that, like, oh yeah, well, nothing's ever going to happen. But Allie would always sit next to me, and she's very talkative, and so we would hang out and get along, and I started to like have a crush on her, so I'd write her notes all the time. And then we had like a school uniform, and I'm just gonna be honest, Allie had like the best butt in our entire class, and I was always a butt guy, and so I was like, I was like little short Brian sitting next to pretty Allie Rose, who had the best butt and was really sweet and funny. So I was just like, I was hopeful, and then
Brian, they were literally khaki pants
I
and a
know,
polo.
but
They were tight khaki pants. So I think you were like the first girl that I was ever like actually really attracted to. Plus, I mean, you know this, like I was a late bloomer. So like I don't think I really came to terms with like what I looked for, like liking girls really, you know, until you probably.
Until you started straightening your hair.
Okay. Do we have to bring that up? Oh my gosh.
Actually, no, you didn't straighten your hair. Your mom straightened your hair for you.
This is not, the purpose of this is to not strictly just roast me for all my high school embarrassing moments. Yes, okay, I had a phase where my mom straightened my hair because everyone was doing the Bieber swoop and my hair is like, it's not curly, but it was kind of wavy.
You have to show a picture.
Okay, I think I have an awful
One from like National Honor Society picture or something that's just like
Yeah, you were in a
absolutely
purple
terrible.
shirt. I remember
Yeah,
it.
that picture is exactly what I'm thinking of.
I'll put that in. Oh, it's terrible. So we started talking. She had a boyfriend at first, and we became friends. And then one thing led to another, and I think you and Ryan broke up, right?
Mhm.
And I was into you, but then you were into me and into someone else. So what ends up happening is you end up dating. You choose him,
Yes.
right? You choose him and you date him, and that's
Like
like
what?
Yeah,
over
because
fr-
you were sketchy.
Sketchy? I was not sketchy at all.
all at that point.
Yes, you were.
How was I sketchy?
Because you, at that point, had made out with every single one of my friends.
Freshman year me? No, I don't think so. Maybe who? D?
Literally everyone.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Listen.
You can go through the yearbook and you will have probably kissed 50% of the girls in our class.
Okay, to be fair, our class is really small. 1, 2, that was older age Brian. Freshman year, I was no one looked at, I was baby Brian freshman year. Before I first talked to you, the only two people I probably even had anything happen with was D. I think me and D like talked around freshman year, which is one of our mutual friends, and then Olivia for a little bit, and then that didn't happen. So I don't think at that point a lot did happen. I don't know. So regardless, you choose and you date Nate, the other guy.
And then that lasts for like what, 3 months, 4 months, something?
It's a blur. I don't remember.
You date Nate, and then we come back together. Is that when we started dating, sophomore year?
I think it was second semester sophomore year because
Yeah. Well,
we
then.
went to Winter Fest together.
Oh my God! And I think
I have an awful picture of us.
Yes.
Here is this picture of us. This is, you know, I would like to think we both had a nice glow up, like truthfully.
Hopefully.
This picture, I always remember, I was like, what were we doing? Both of us just looked, I don't know. So yeah, so then we dated for a while, and I don't remember what happened, that we broke up. And I honestly, I don't remember why we broke up the first time. So truthfully, like all of a sudden I got tall and I started to get more attention-ish. And I think that's when like some of my worst habits came out, where like, because I started to get attention, I was like, I like being single because now girls will talk to me. When you were one of the very few who talked to me when I was short and just
baby.
I saw the potential, Bri.
You saw the potential. There it is.
So I'll give you that. You did do that. So anyway, then senior year comes along. I end up being a thing, kind of dating this girl, Olivia, who I had a fling with freshman year. We both love Olivia, by the way. She's great.
Yeah. Who's also one of my friends.
Yeah, one of Allie's friends. Again, but how are we going to date anyone that was not friends with the other person? It's that small of a school.
That was like, I think 73 people.
Is what we ended with, yeah.
So I dated her for a while, and then just for a few reasons, it's one of those things I look back and I'm like, I had no regrets of being a thing with her. It wasn't the right thing for me, but she's just the sweetest. But it didn't work out. And you were single, but I thought you were dating someone.
No, I was dating somebody.
Who were you dating?
Sean.
That's right, you dated Sean. So she dated another person that was an upperclassman, and he went to college. And then you guys broke up at the end of senior year. Or no.
Halfway through.
Because then we started dating at the end of senior
Got next
year.
to each other again alphabetically in theology class.
Is that where it started again? Ah, look at that. Our Lord and Savior, Jesus, bringing us together.
Theology class.
Oh, man. So then we start dating again at the end of senior year, and then we dated for I don't even know how long after that. It actually got more serious then. Like that's when our relationship, I consider our real relationship, started. But then I moved across the country, and so the core of our relationship was long distance, and even though we knew each other so well from high school. So it was a weird, like the typical relationship in high school that you go long distance in college, except for ours was extreme because you went to Kent State, which is in Ohio, like an hour away from home, and I moved to LA. So then we dated, and honestly, it's funny, I almost have more memories of high school stuff because when we dated long distance, it was like we would see each other for a week once every blank time, and the rest of our relationship was virtual via Skypes and things of that sort.
Right.
Um,
And so over time, like, I think there was a lot of things, but I think it was semi-mutual, but more me. I got to a place where, like, I was 18, 19 years old in California and, like, didn't want to do a long distance relationship. And, like,
No, this is false.
What?
It was not mutual. This was not mutual.
okay, so it was me. It was all me.
Yeah.
okay, so it was me. I'll take it. So it was me, and I didn't want to do long distance. At that time in my life also, I was still, like, I was weird about, like, you going out and stuff like that. And, like, I hated that.
Because you knew what you were doing when you were going
Yeah.
out.
Okay. Fair. So I was like,
I was holding her back, and I felt like she was holding me back, and I just didn't think it was healthy, and things came up. We break up. We probably don't talk for a while. Like, at what point did we become good friends again? Where, like, we were, like, on a good place. I don't think it was that long after.
We were friends for another year. Actually, that was almost after freshman year of college. It was back and forth. I think.
well, we dated for I think all of my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would say sophomore and junior year, we kind of remained friends.
Sure.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Really, we didn't talk very much. But
Yeah.
then my senior year of college, I dated somebody that did not like you. So we did not talk.
Oh yeah. It's kind of weird.
Because it kind of developed into the friendship where, like, especially you, but me to you too, but, like, you'll come to me for, like, advice on, like, your love life, which we would have never thought that would have been a thing. We found our friendship to be important enough to find a way to stay close. Today, we're both single. You're single, is that
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're both single. So who knows? We gonna spark the flame right now. Oh, come on.
I had some of you guys send me in questions on Instagram and Twitter that you thought would be fun for me to ask you, and I might ask a few of my own questions that I'm curious about. So this one's from Michelle. Michelle wants to know, now that I'm older, you know what I'm like at 25 and stuff, do you think you would ever date me again?
Okay, this is hard to answer because
Give me as simple of an answer. You don't have to give a ton of information. You could be like, it's possible or it's not possible.
maybe.
Maybe. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'll take that. Thanks, Michelle. All right. Here we go.
What do you miss most about our relationship specifically?
Your mom.
Dear Mom. Honestly, it's so true.
My mom loves Allie Rose. Like, loves. And she wanted me to marry Allie Rose. My whole
Family. It was
Wanted.
Yeah, wants true. My whole family loved Allie, and
My mom once told me, and just recently she brought it up again, she goes, I will never allow myself to love another girl you date again until I know for sure, because my heart was so broken when you guys broke up. So, all right, fair enough. My mom, I can't argue that answer. What was your most memorable moment with me while we dated?
Good or bad?
let's do good.
Good was when you came all the way from California to surprise me. You were in my sister's apartment, and that was actually probably the first time in my life, and still to this day, that I've ever been surprised.
Long distance sucks, and it's hard. Moments like that are hard to beat. It's high passion when that happens.
The other one, which was great, which you probably have a good picture of, was when you asked me to prom.
Oh, that was good too. Prom too. Yeah, I think I definitely have. And I have prom pictures. Our prom pictures were pretty good.
When we were in high school, Instagram was just starting and people were doing like weird stuff with their Instagram pictures, so don't judge, but here they are. And I thought we looked pretty good at prom, but prom was awesome. Yeah, she was my prom date, fun fact. Has your opinion of me as a person changed over the years since we've broken up?
I don't think it's changed. I think I've always thought that you were a great person, you're smart, kind, very genuine, and you've always been very real. I think if anything, you have just become stronger in those characteristics. So I think that you've just become better overall. You've enhanced yourself in all of your good qualities. I can be nice sometimes.
Sometimes, you guys, this is not normal. This is not normal at all. That's very sweet. Obviously, I have very high thoughts of you, and I think you know that. I do appreciate that. Okay, here we go. This is funny. Someone said, did you ever think about leaving me for my best friend? Well, she didn't leave me for him, but she did date him. Rate my sexual ability, and is there anything that I should improve on? From the stuff that you did, that, whatever. Was I decent? I just said whatever. It could have just been kissing, making out, whatever, holding hands. Was I good at holding hands?
Your hands are sweaty.
Okay, fine. I wasn't actually talking about holding hands, Allie.
Is Brian respectful and kind in real life like he is in the video? So is it all fake? Am I all faking?
No, he is respectful and kind and very friendly. So, and a lot of people are like, they like you, they're drawn to you. You have a good energy.
And the same goes to her. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, but I think the same applies for you.
I think that comes from how we were raised. Like I've always been like very like a believer in being a gentleman and like, you know, holding the door for people. It's just small stuff, but I just think it's in my DNA. And I think you just have a knack for connecting with people and getting people to like you. What is my best and my worst feature?
Your best feature is probably that you listen. So when I come to you with all my problems, you actually listen and you offer good advice and you really care.
That's more of a now thing, I think, than it was a before. That's more relevant in our relationship now than it was, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. We always would talk things out. We never had big fights. Worst, I don't know. I would say probably the fact that if I don't answer you within 2 minutes, you text me again.
So dependent.
Yeah.
Too dependent. Okay. All right. I can take it. It's fine.
All right, so those are some of the questions you guys had. Thank you guys for submitting your questions. As always, if you want to be in videos like this, make sure you're following me on Twitter and Instagram. Links down below, both accounts just at Brian Redmon. I think my last few questions would be, out of all your exes, am I the one you're closest with still?
Yes, definitely.
Do you think I would be a better dater now? Not like boyfriend, I'm saying like dater. Like if we were ever to go on a date than I was back when we dated.
Yeah, definitely. We were so young.
I know. I didn't really know what I was doing. Although, you know, I thought of one fun date we did. Remember when I
made my room like a fort and we had all the pillows and lights hung up, like the fairy lights in the guest bedroom and upstairs room where Mammal used to live?
Yeah, and that was the same day that you told me you were moving across the country.
Well, I at least like we had ice cream and milkshakes and we
had lights and had a movie night too. But yeah, it was hard. That was rough, man. That was the hardest part about our relationship.
Brian cried and cried and cried.
We had a lot of emotional nights, no doubt. No
Who
doubt.
cried
But
more?
who cried more? Probably me. I was probably the crybaby in our relationship.
I don't think I ever cried with another person as much as I've cried with you.
Period.
Like ever since then, I don't cry that much. Like, I don't know what it is. I think I'm just like, this shit. No, I don't know. Anyway, well, here we are. I'm really happy you were agreed to do this. Allie, it took a long time for me to try to convince her to be in a video. I always thought it'd be really fun. I love her to death, and I'm so thankful for all of the experiences we've had, good and bad, and most importantly, that we're still close.
Which is great. Who knows?
Well, thank you so much for being on, and until the next one, guys, make sure you leave a like for Allie being in the video. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, well, there you guys have it. I have to admit, I was extremely stressed, but I kind of felt good about it. You know, it was kind of fun to relive some of those moments, the good and the not so good. But it was very sweet of Allie to take the time to do that and put herself out there. I know she was a little bit hesitant to do so. So Allie, thank you. And, you know, I really do think it's cool though, guys. Like, she was my first love and we had a lot of low moments, but we're still in each other's lives and care about each other as people. And especially in this kind of climate right now, you know, it goes to show there's certain things that are more important than a messy breakup or drama that you get involved with. And to have people like this in your life, you know, sometimes it's worth trying to stay close with people that mean a lot to you, even if some shitty things went down. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought about me doing this type of video, what you thought about Allie and our relationship, and any other video ideas you would like to see. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you're following me on all my other social media accounts, links down below, and check out my Patreon if you haven't already, doing exclusive content on there, movie nights, Skype calls, and it's a way for you to support me if you feel so generous to do so. So I have a link to that down below as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel for new videos every single week. And until next time, keep it real, banana peels. See you guys in the next one. Bye!